Hello, artist. Did you know that among all the problems beginners have when drawing, creating realistic hair is what they complain about the most? Every day I receive comments from people saying they have difficulty drawing hair. That's why I am committed to bringing several related contents here to the channel. I have already covered how to draw female hair, how to draw male hair, and I also talked about how to draw fur, which helped a lot. So continuing on this mission to help you, today, I am bringing a complete guide for you on hair using colored pencils. So if you have difficulty in how to draw hair, this video will be great for you. Hi, my name is Lino, and if you want to make realistic drawings like the ones on the screen, the best technique is the construction routine. You can't waste time learning many things that will only distract your attention. See what the 4 elements are that you need to learn to create realistic effects. And that's it. I created a video explaining how it works. I'll leave the link in the first description link, the first comment, or in the bio link. Watch it there. And to start, I'm already going to make here a circle on one side and the other, just to give you the example of what to do wrong, what they do wrong, and what to do right, okay? So you don't need to repeat the circle along with me. So let's start with the mistakes. And the first mistake to mention here is not sharpening the pencil and keeping it nice and sharp. Whenever we are going to draw hair strands, we need to keep the pencil tip very sharp to simulate the strands as realistically as possible. In my case here, the tip is pretty good. In your case, you need to pay attention to this first detail. If you watched the video on how to draw fur, you saw that I also criticized the way of creating strands in the form of lines. Just creating lines and thinking that you're making the effect of fur there. This case here also applies to hair. We are not just going to create lines any old way, any shape, and think that we are simulating strands. That's not how it works, okay? In this case that I'm doing here, I'm making lines here close to each other, as if they were already the strands of a hair there. But what can be perceived is that it's just a few lines and that it could be anything being drawn there. Another point is that usually in hair, the division of several strands is characterized, okay? It's very common for us to see blocks of strands where we will create the hairs within each of these strands. So it's important that we divide these strands as well before creating the hair. What is different here from this example that I am doing? It's just a bunch of lines there, that's fine, well aligned in a very geometric shape. And yes, there are cases where you can't see divided strands, but most of the time, you can see yes strands. So we need to do it. Not to mention that it gives a much more realistic effect. Another tip is to fill in each of the hairs in such a way that the background paper disappears. That is completely the opposite of what we are doing here. There are just some lines there. And what is most inside this circle is precisely the paper showing through the background. So basically, it's just a few lines where I'm not applying any effect. I'm not applying any wire effect, much less making it realistic. And while we're talking about filling it in to the point that the paper doesn't show, it's also important for us to notice how dark each of the strands is. Because in hair, there will always be darker areas. And there will also be lighter areas. Where are these lighter areas divided? We have to make each of them to be much more realistic. And do it in the same tone that we see in our reference image. Speaking of reference image, perhaps you might even be wondering, what is a reference image? Because there are people who are really starting from absolute zero. And if that's your case, draw based on a reference image. It's drawing while looking at some photo for some image. And this is precisely our next tip. If you really want to make your drawing look much more realistic and also get to realistic drawing faster, you need to have reference images. Always look at images you find on the internet and draw from photos. If you always try to do it from memory, usually most of the time, or then always, you will fail and won't be able to achieve a cool result. Just look at our first attempt, how it didn't work out. But by the end of this tutorial, our drawing will look like this. And that's it. Now let's move on to a more elaborate drawing, talking about everything you have to do to make a beautiful drawing of hair, and very realistic. And the first tip is, always start with a sketch. Don't just start making lines, trying to make it realistic, because it won't work. It will never have a nice effect. So, start first by marking all regions of strands, all the darker areas, all the lighter areas, and mainly, the movement of the threads. If, for where a strand is going. If it's going to the left, if it's going to the right, it's going to the upper left corner, for the upper right corner, and so on. So, first thing, to make a sketch. A second thing, no making a sketch, half-assed, as I said, a well-crafted sketch with all these mappings that I just mentioned to you. Dark regions, lighter ones, movement, and so on. And how are you going to know about movement, where the darker regions are, where the lighter ones are? Always looking at an image. This is an image of some hair that you are drawing, which is the tip I mentioned about always looking at a reference image. Now we are going to start painting this strand, and for all this hair, I will use only two materials, which will be a black pencil, a black colored pencil, and I will also use a white colored pencil. I'm using Faber-Castell Super Soft here, but you can use any material, any colored pencil, as long as you have the black pencil and the white pencil. And an important tip when painting your strands is to start with the darker strands and then move to the lighter strands. You can see that in this first strand here in the corner, I started by making the darker areas up top and also started making the darker areas down below. And as I was building this strand, there were the lighter areas in the middle where I kept reserved, where they stayed more like the lighter strands reflecting in this strand. Another tip regarding colored pencils, it's that whenever you're going to start building the lighter areas, it's good to apply a layer with a black pencil over the lighter strands, okay? So that it gives a layer, darkens them a bit, and then when you want to make it lighter, you can come in with the white pencil passing over it, highlighting it in the same way. But it doesn't just highlight anyway, it highlights and also blends, making your painting much more homogeneous, so it becomes much more like it's more plasticized, and much more mixed with the wax of the pencil. Next tip, if you have already taken my course or something like that, if you have already heard me talk about the part of rendering the strands, what is that? What does it mean in summary? It's that I don't worry about making the strands and the lines, right? Each one of the strands left already realistic. I come in with the darker layer, making the lighter layer. I leave a much clearer division there between a division of the darker region, between one side and the other, and after that, I come in with the black pencil, much sharper point, and I start creating each of the strands, connecting the darker regions from one side to the other, and passing through the lighter region. So at first, I don't worry about the creation of the strands, only with the layers of the darker and lighter regions, only after I create and draw over each of these strands. Then I render over the layers those strands. You can already start creating the lock by bringing the strands together. You can do that. However, I prefer to do it in a simpler way. In this case, I will create the layers, and then I will create the strands over it. Like in this case that you are seeing now in the video image, you can hardly see one line and another, just the layer. Afterward, I worry about creating those strands. The next point to discuss is the darkening. Pay close attention to this first example I made for you where everything is clear, just some layers there, more grayish on the paper. And now look at this example we are doing now, which is much more elaborate. You can see how there is much more contrast and much more darkening. In the darker areas of the strand, I didn't hold back on the pencil there. I pressed as needed to make it very dark and much more highlighted. In the other regions, even in the lighter areas of the strands, it is still infinitely darker than our first example. So, never skimp on darkening your drawings. Yes, if you darken too much, you can ruin it and so on. But worse than that, worse than ruining it, which you can simply redo, is not being able to fully explore the contrast in your drawing and always having a lifeless drawing there. Another thing, stop trying to do the entire drawing all at once. In the first example, you can see that I was already creating each of the lines and filling in the whole area of the circle where the hair example is. Here I am working differently. You can see that I go to a first strand, work on it completely, and only after I finish it, and it looks realistic, do I move on to the next strand. By working strand by strand until each one is complete, it becomes much easier for you to know what your next steps will be. When you see a gigantic complete work and you look at it and don't know how to do it, the best way is to break it down into steps. because then you can focus more during the process. The next one is a tip that I have been emphasizing in all my recent videos, but I will have to hit that nail again because you might be new here on the channel and so on. So it is very important and cannot go unnoticed, which is precisely the time you spend on the drawing. It does no good for you to make a drawing like this one first, which you spent 2 minutes on, and want to make a different one and spend the same time spending 4 minutes, 5 minutes doing it. To make realistic drawings, you already have to set aside a good amount of time, which takes much longer, okay? To make this second example here of this strand that I'm showing you, it took an hour and a half, just so you have an idea. The first one only took 3 minutes and a little. When you start to spend much more time on your drawings, you will see how it will already make a big difference in them. In this case here, of this drawing that I'm making dark brown hair. But how would it be if it were a different hair? Red hair or blonde hair? Would it be the same process? Would the same process need to be followed? Yes. All these tips that I gave you need to be repeated regardless of the hair color, okay? The difference is that the lighter areas here of this hair, where we only applied the white pencil and blended it with the wax color of the black pencil that we had applied previously, what will happen is that there will be the predominant color of that other hair. For example, if it is blonde hair, there will be more shades of yellow in these lighter areas, and more shades of orange, and more shades there anyway, and golden and so on. So the only thing that will change are these color predominances in those lighter regions, okay? But anyway, I will try to bring videos for you in the future. With other hair and other styles as well, I don't know, hair dyed with colorful colors and so on, just so we have some different examples, okay? But these examples and this structure will repeat darker regions for the lighter regions, okay? Always following the strands nicely with a well-constructed sketch, already well divided between the darker and lighter regions with the movement of the strands, okay? And also you creating the layers, okay? The background layers, so that you can then start rendering the strands on top, creating the darker strands and the lighter strands over these layers. And look how, following a structure, everything beautifully, look how much more realistic and elaborate our hair became. And it is this technique that I use to draw all the hair in my drawings. In the description link or in the bio, you can watch a class from my course for free. Click there and come learn realistic drawing with me. I'll see you there.